Everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
वास्तव में की आवाज आ रही थी। Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
लोग में हम कहते हैं कि नेवल से वर्ड से बताते हैं क्या कहते हैं नेवल से आवाज आनी चाहिए। Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good. Thank you. Respected Principal Ma'am, Madam Beenu और सर जो बैठे हैं डेस्क पे, मैडम रीतू बैठे, डॉक्टर रीतू, मेरे सहयोगी डॉक्टर महेंद्र जी, रुपेंद्र जी, डॉक्टर मनोज शर्मा, मनीष, अरुणा जी, पतंजलि योग समिति से और कुलवंत जी, सुनील जी, मिस्टर राहुल, पंकज, इसके नाम मेरे को याद, बाकी प्यारे बच्चों, इस इवेंट के बारे में मेरी ड्यूटी थी बताने के लिए। तो ये जो दो महानसियाँ स्टेज पे बैठी हैं, मैडम बीनू जी और मैम प्रिंसिपल, इनके सहयोग से ये रोड स्टोर का ये पहला कंपटीशन हम यहाँ करवा रहे हैं। स्टेट तो होते रहते हैं यहाँ पे, और इस कंपटीशन के बाद मुझे लग रहा है कि नेशनल भी हमारे लिए बहुत ईजीली पॉसिबल है। अगर हम नेशनल प्रोग्राम करवाना हो तो और मैं एक हवाई बात नहीं कर रहा, जो टीम है, क्योंकि इसमें टीम का एफर्ट होता है, मेरे अकेले हाथ में कुछ नहीं। और मुझे लगता है ना मैम के ये इनिशिएट कर सकते हैं, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करना वो सबका सहयोग होता है, उस गेट से लेकर ऑफिस तक जितने भी बीच में सहयोगी आते हैं सबका सहयोग। तो जो टीम है हमारी ज्यूरी की, अभी है नहीं, जितने बैठे हैं उनके लिए एक बार जोर से टफ काम जो है वो ज्यूरी का होता है। सुबह से लेकर रात को 8:30-9 बजे तक हम यहाँ से गए, फिर भी 2 कंपटीशन बच गए, वो बाहर अभी भी चल रहा है। तो ये सारा करा पाना ये तभी पॉसिबल है कि इनका सहयोग है। इन्होंने कहना है कि हम करें, आप करें। तो इस कंपटीशन में जो इवेंट्स थे, ट्रेडिशनल योगासन, आर्टिस्टिक अकेला जो डांस करके आसन करता है, सिंगल आर्टिस्टिक पेयर जो 2 बंदे करते हैं, और रिदमिक पेयर जिसमें एक जैसे आसन होता है, और ग्रुप की परफॉर्मेंस अभी आप देखोगे दोनों की, आपके सामने परफॉर्म करेंगे। और क्या उन्होंने तैयार किया बच्चों ने, अल्टीमेट। रात में देख रहा था और मुझे लग रहा था यहाँ बैठे बैठे ना बड़ा रिलैक्स होकर बैठे थे, तो लगा कि कंपटीशन है। तो मैं इनको कह रहा था, मैं उनको भी बता रहा था, सर लेडी संगीत चल रहा है, आराम से यहाँ म्यूजिक चल रहा है, आसन कर रहे हैं और तालियां बजा रहे हैं। तो इतना रिलैक्स माहौल, इतना फैमिलियर माहौल योग के कॉलेज में, योग के प्रांगण में नहीं होगा तो कहाँ होगा। और ये जो नाम देते हैं हम कंपटीशन, तो कंपटीशन जो है मुझे लगता है चैंपियनशिप रख दो या कुछ और रख दो। कंपटीशन के नाम पे एक वो आता है फोकस कि कहीं ना कहीं कोई जद्दोजहद है, कहीं ना कहीं आगे निकलने की भावना, जैसा है वैसा होने में एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर रहे, कहीं दूसरे से अच्छा हो जाए, तो जैसा है उसमें रह के। और अब जो आप आज सुनोगे, जो गुरु जी आ रहे हैं, इनके बारे में पहले बहुत सुना था मैंने, श्री धर्मानंद जी, और ये तब बताया था किसी ने मेरे को, जब भी रिटायरमेंट ली थी, कि उनको सुनने वाला है आज से 10-11 साल पहले। तो मेरी इच्छा थी कि कभी उनको सुनूंगा, और आज कॉलेज के प्रांगण में ही हम सुनेंगे, तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। धर्मानंद नॉर्थ जोन ट्रेडिशनल योगासन कंपटीशन है, इसका जो कार्यभार मैम ने अपने सर पे लिया कि हम कराएंगे, और मुझे भी उसकी जिम्मेवारी जो सौंपी गई, मैंने कोशिश की अपनी तरफ से, अपने साथियों की सहयोग से, सुमन सर हैं, कुलवंत सर हैं, सुनील है, बाकी जो भी टीम का मैंने नाम दिया ही है, महेंद्र सर हैं, जितने भी इसमें डायरेक्टली इंडिविजुअल सुबह से लेकर शाम तक हमारे साथ रहे। और अब जो आप सामने बैठे हो, आप सबके सहयोग से ही ये संपन्न हो पाया है। और अभी भी रिजल्ट बन रहे हैं, वो आपके सामने अब आ जाएंगे। तो बच्चे थोड़े थे इसमें, ये मैं कहना चाहूँगा। एक सीनियर ग्रुप था सर, तो मैं आपसे डिस्कस कर रहा था। अगर जूनियर ग्रुप को उन्होंने बताया कि कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशन आ रही थी कोविड करके, इसलिए जूनियर ग्रुप हमने नहीं थी, तो उसमें से 250 बच्चे बहुत आराम से स्कूल से आ करके। सीनियर ग्रुप थोड़ा अपने आप में बिजी है, तो फिर वो कहते हैं कि सर मस्ती से आएंगे, तो वो भी आगे से एडिशन हो सकता है। तो बच्चे थोड़े थे, लेकिन कंपटीशन इतना टफ था हमारे लिए कि लास्ट वाले 12 बच्चों में से सोच रहे थे कि 6 किसको निकालना, और 6 में से 3 निकालना तो इतना मुश्किल था कि पॉइंट्स नहीं। अभी मैं रिजल्ट फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड गर्ल्स का बना रहा था, तो उसमें समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड किसका होगा, इतना मतलब एक्चुअली में था। और जो रिजल्ट आया वो पॉइंट्स में भी पॉइंट्स में आया आगे। किसी बच्चे के साथ अनजस्टिस ना, उसको ऐसा ना लगे कि मेरे अच्छे थे, क्योंकि हमारे लिए वो 6 के बराबर था। तो ये जो कंपटीशन इस लेवल का हुआ, नेशनल के लिए आपको और तैयार करेगा। तो मैं शब्दों के साथ अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ, और फिर ऐसे ही किसी फैमिलियर चैंपियनशिप के लिए हम अग्रसर रहेंगे मैम। जब भी आप मौका मिलेगा तो फिर से एक बार फिर से मैम प्रिंसिपल का धन्यवाद करूँगा कि मुझे ये मौका दिया, और मैम बीनू का भी थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
One of you to this Dharmananda North Zone Traditional Yogasana Championship titled Dharmananda Feel the Bliss, a shared vision of Government College of Yoga Education and Health, Chandigarh, and Veenu Rajput Films and Agrima Society of Arts, which is supported by Fit India Movement and Sports Authority of India, Government of India. I extend a very hearty welcome to very versatile Madam Veenu Rajput from Veenu Rajput Films and Agrima Society of Arts for organizing this competition in the premises of Government College of Yoga Education and Health. Madam is Delhi-based dynamic filmmaker. She is fashion designer, pictorial photographer, philosophical thinker, and a writer. Ma'am has many feathers to her cap, and her passion drives them all. Disciple of stalwart like Indologist Professor Dharmananda Sharma, famous filmmaker Mike Pandey, and photographer O.P. Sharma, she is an ardent believer in the potential of storytelling and documentary. Her work is a reflection of her noble heart and professional ethics dedicated to promote Indian art and culture. Agrima Society of Arts is the brainchild of Madam Veenu Rajput. It is a registered non-profit organization dedicated to promote Indian classical dance, music, arts, culture, literature, yoga and Ayurveda through performances, workshops, seminars, and various other collaborative projects all over India. In the past 1.5 decades, Madam has carved niche in filmmaking industry through well-researched subjects based on guest of honor, Professor Dharmananda has arrived. So big round of applause for our guest of honor. Welcome to sir. एक बार फिर से जोरदार तालियों के साथ Thank you sir for being with us. So I continue the profile of Madam Veenu Rajput. In the past 1.5 decades, Madam has carved niche in the film industry through her well-researched subject based on Indian art, culture and literature. Her films are simple yet powered with thought-provoking cinema. Her films Wall of Valor, बनारस, काबे हिंदुस्तान, मैं हिंदू हूँ, born to dance, Kathak are much appreciated by cinema lovers. Welcome you, ma'am, from the core of our heart. I take pride in welcoming our guest of honor of the event, Professor Shri Dharmanand Sharma sir. Sir is a renowned Indologist of India. He has an extensive meritorious academic career and held various prestigious academic positions, including chairperson of the Department of Philosophy at Punjab University, a current member of ICPR, founding chairman of Center for Swami Vivekananda Studies, Punjab University, among many other prestigious positions. Sir has published work includes 6 published books and more than 90 research papers in peer-reviewed journals. He is a walking encyclopedia on Sanskrit language, literature and philosophy. Trained in traditional Guru-Shishya Parampara, Sharma sir has imbibed this ancient wisdom so profoundly that even sitting near him can destroy one's ignorance and makes one wiser. It won't be an exaggeration to call him an Upanishadic seer. His charisma, mellowness of his heart, and kind-heartedness are something everyone feels after meeting him even once. Born in a remote village of holy mountains of Badrinath, this Himalayan Rishi imbibed the timeless spiritual energy of Himalayas, still roamed around humbly among the masses. If there is a state of mind called enlightenment, this is what it is. We are truly honored to have you, sir, amongst us. We welcome you, sir. I extend a genial welcome to Dr. Anup. Dr. Anup is Bachelor's of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery, presently working as Ayurvedacharya as Deputy Physician, Kottagal, Ayurveda Shala, New Delhi branch and Hospital, Mysore branch. A seasoned physician, he is well versed with all Panchkarma treatments. He specializes in Kerala treatments and undertakes Ayurveda surgical techniques also. He is also Reiki practitioner, 2nd degree. Also, he takes great interest in philately, pranic healing, etc. It is indeed our privilege to have such a dexterous mind with expertise in ancient science of Ayurveda amongst us. We all are very eager to be introduced to the science of Ayurveda from a new perspective. We welcome you, sir. Once again, I welcome you all on this momentous occasion of Dharmananda North Zone Traditional Yogasana Championship. This college feels privileged to be part of this splendid endeavor, and being the premier institute of yoga education in this region, imparting teacher education degree in yoga, PG diploma in yoga therapy, and basic certificate course in yoga education. And this institute is a unique one, which prepares young generation in the discipline of yoga and simultaneously conducts yoga sessions for general public across City Beautiful to lend a hand to make them fit and healthy. In this COVID-19 stressful period, this college has been a forefront to render services to the public at large and COVID-19 patients in particular through online as well as offline mode. More than 150 videos have been uploaded on college YouTube channel as well as Facebook page. Our college is an indispensable part when it comes to celebration of International Day of Yoga too. Since its inception, this college is a major contributor for celebration of International Day of Yoga. So this is another major event which is adding feathers to the cap of this college. So we are here to celebrate the closing ceremony of this championship which started last day. So I welcome you once again. Thank you so much for being here with us today afternoon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. and introducing us to our esteemed guest. It is always because of your initiatives that we get an opportunity to have such charismatic personalities amongst us. Moving ahead, may I now invite our guest speaker for today, Dr. Anup, to please come and share his knowledge with us.
A very good morning to all. I will start my presentation with a small prayer. Ajnana-timirandhasya jnana-anjana-shalakaya chakshurinmilitam yena tasmai Shri-Gurave Namaha. This is the pronouns to all masters of our tradition who relieves all our ajnana and gives the light enlightenment of the knowledge and of the happiness and of the liberation to our life. And I am very happy to stand here in front of one of the master, one of the guru, and very much energized and happy, and to just to say a few words regarding the Ayurveda. Respected Vinu Rajput Madam, who is the organizer of this event, and Swapnananda Madam, who is the backbone of this event, makes successful, and all my friends and all my peers. And a special humble prayer to Dharmananda sir also. And in this moment, I am specially say heartfelt condolences to our beloved Major General Mr. Bipin Rawat ji, because with his guidance only we are sleeping in our homes without any fear. And here I am standing in front of you to say about our field, because we are all from same thought, same field, and our main aim of our life, that is, we are living for that only, because whatever we are doing, we are watching a movie, we are eating an ice cream, we are eating a full meal, we are going to the park, and we are searching everywhere, we are earning money, we are getting married, all this for, we are fighting for something from all this. What anybody can say? What we will get? After eating an ice cream, what we will get? Happiness. Anybody? Sweetness. ठंडा. क्या मिलेगा? ये happiness के लिए हम सब लोग ढूंढ रहे हैं. कहाँ मिलेगा? Because this is a well-renowned institution of yoga. Here we make the yogis, and what our main aim, that is to attain the happiness in each and every moment of our life, that is the living samadhi in higher words. And here my main duty is of Ayurveda. Regarding Ayurveda, because the basic root of our health, that is dharmartha kama mokshanam arogyam moolam uttamam, that is to attain the moral values, that dharma, and artha, that is the economical values, and kama, that worldly pleasures and our emotional imbalances, and moksha, that is for the attainment of happiness and the liberation. That is, for that, the health is very basic, very important. That is the root of all this. That is our to do to attain all this. Our health, physical, mental, and spiritual health is very much important to attain all this. All dharma, artha, kama, and at last moksha. And the Ayurveda, the ancient Indian science, that is the word meaning itself, Ayurveda. That Ayur means the life, the Veda means the science or knowledge, that it comprises the science of life, the way of living from birth till death. That is how to live in this world without any complications, without any illnesses, with happy living, to do our all practices, all fulfillment of all these things. And I am Dr. Anu, in front of you, from a renowned Ayurveda institution, very old institution from Kerala, that is Ayurveda Shala Kotaka, which has very good research and development and lot of social commitments in healthcare of all over India, all over the world. And mainly I am practicing in the branch of Delhi Ayurveda Hospital. And then coming to our goal, that is the Ayurveda, the goal of Ayurveda, main aim of Ayurveda, that is maintains the health of a healthy person and curing the disease of a diseased person. That is, to maintain the health of a healthy person, we have to live a proper lifestyle, and we have to prevent getting the diseases. And mainly, Ayurveda says, from birth till our death, it explains all our daily routines, seasonal routines, and our diet, what to eat, what not to eat, what is unwholesome, that is viruddha, which should not do in our eating habits and in our behavior. And it tells about our sadgurudha, that is achara rasana for our moral values, which we are to live in the family, live in the society, and live for the nation, and attain all our fulfillments. And then it tells about anatomy and physiology in olden days. It's a 500,000-year-old science from the Indian philosophy. And it tells about our way of living and our anatomy and physiology, which is more related to the modern findings also. And then it tells about all the vegetations, plants, all herbs, all vegetables, all eatables, all animals, all over the universe, which is available in the universe. It explains all about that. Okay, it is not only medical science, it is not only massage science, because nowadays Ayurveda and yoga is recognized in misinterpreted, like Ayurveda is like a massage and yoga is nothing but asanas, just doing exercise. Instead of going to gym, you can practice yoga. Nothing like that. Because yoga and Ayurveda has a very deep meaning and deep involvement in our liberation. That is what especially I want to touch. And the basic principles of Ayurveda, if you are coming in, it is very simple. We are living in this nature and we are observing the nature. We are feeling our body, our senses, our emotions, and our mind, and even our dreams, our sleep, and everything. We are feeling that. And to understand the basic principles of Ayurveda, just observe the nature and just observe ourselves. That is mainly as per the principles. The whole universe is made up of 5 elements. That is Pancha Mahabhuta we call. That is Mrityu, that is the air factor, Up, that is Jala, Vayu, that is the air, and Teja is the Agni, and Akasha is the space, that's ether we call. All universe, each and everything in this universe, which is made up of all these 5 elements, and that is physically made. And these, and according to Ayurveda, these physical 5 elements, which is comprised into 3 functional elements, that is called Vata, Pitta and Kapha. It is very interesting that the 3 elements which is situated all over the universe and which is inside our body, inside each and every individual, each and every creature, which does the functions in our body and in the universe. For example, the Vayu, if we observe the Vayu, how the Vayu does movements in the earth, in and around us. That is, Vayu moves, it shakes the leaves, takes dust from one place to another place, take the pollen grains, that is from the process for reproduction of the plants, pollen grains from one flower to another flower, and gives the fruit. These are the functions of Vayu, which we can observe in the nature. And when there is a small flame, then when the Vayu comes, it may burn like a blast flame, and that is, it will burns, it will enlightens, like the Vayu induces. That is the main function which we can see in our body also. And mainly among the Pancha Mahabhutas, the Vayu comprises the Vayu Mahabhuta and Akasha Mahabhuta, which the Vayu fills all the space, all the Kali areas in the nature, in the body also. And why it is called doshas, that is also another one point, because the Vayu, Pitta and Kapha, which is called doshas, that is, if it gets little change, goes up or goes down, then it may create dushana, that is, it may vitiate, it may create any of imbalance, any of troubles in our body, in the universe. And a lot of floods are happening, a lot of things are happening. That is why it is called dosha. And if it is in the balanced state, it causes the health. It gives the proper health. And the second one, we can see the pitta, that is another fundamental based principle of Ayurveda, that is pitta is the fire factor. That is the fire, how the fire works in the nature. The fire gives what? What we get from the fire? What I told we get from the fire? Anybody? Heat. Then?
Energy, sound.
Energy, sound. One more.
Light.
Light. The heat and light. That is the pitta, which gives the heat and light, the fire factor, in the body and in the universe also. Because main functions goes to the pitta, it does the temperature balance in our body, and mainly the digestive fire. That we can compare, this is just a comparison to understand. That is our hydrochloric acid, which is our digestive juice, which we can compare with the pitta, and that burns our food and properly make the metabolism, make the digestion of the food and assimilate to our body. And the hormone changes, which if the adrenaline hormone secretes, one will get lot of excitement, lot of anger, and sometimes that all these hormonal changes, hormonal functions are directed by the pitta dosha. And another one factor regarding the light and our body color and our complexion, all these things mainly governed by the pitta dosha. And the sight, the vision, our eye, the power of eye is governed by the pitta dosha. And all these things mainly and that's by our pitta. The fire and fire factor in the universe. And the third one, which is kapha, which we can compare with the fluid and the earth. The jala and earth comprises the kapha. And the kapha gives our structural stability That is called our fluidity in our circulation, our fluid and flexibility, which governed by the kapha. That is our strength in the muscles, strength in the bones, and our strength, mental strength. All these governed by kapha. And for example, if we take an example, one karma in our body, that is the digestion part. The digestion part, the pitta, we take the food through mouth and it goes up to the stomach. And in the stomach, the movement of the chewing, it goes up, the movement which is governed by vata. And once it reaches the stomach and it digests, the digestion procedure mainly governed by pitta and kapha, because lot of secretion fluids and which is governed by pitta and kapha. And then again it goes to the intestine. There again the vayu and pitta which regulates, which splits our diet to proteins, carbohydrates, fat, which takes into the body and circulates everywhere and wherever it needs, and it gives energy to that area like a fuel. That is governed by vata. And further nourishment and stability of that process, which is governed by kapha. This is the basic principle. This is a very, very basic principle which is very simple to understand, because we are all yoga aspirants, and we used to see the patients, see the normal people, and you teach us the yoga. Then simple, they used to complain simple things to you. Then all these things keep in mind, and you can advise as in our diet habits and all these things. You can understand the problem and you can advise through this way. And this is a small idea regarding, and it is a very vast science. And regarding the three doshas, and each dosha have its own qualities. That is, Vata dosha tatra ruksho lagu shita. Vata is very dry and very light, and it is cold in nature. If the wind dosha increases in our body gets more dry, and it is governed by our if it increases, it causes our movement. Our movement will be more, our pains and aches will be more. All these things governed by vata vitiation. And if it is less, again our movements will be slowed down, stiffness will increase. All these things happen. And same like in pitta also, same like in kapha also. And the pitta has more hot in potency, hot in nature, and it is very slimy also, and it gives the complexion. And the kapha, which is has the laziness property, and which has very stable property, and which is snigdha, that is very slimy, oily property, and which makes the lubrications in our body. And then it has kapha has it does the lubrication in our body. Then as per our day-to-day activities also, our seasonal activities also, in the day there will be prominence of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. That is, in the morning 6 to 10 am the Kapha dosha is prominent, and 10 to 2 pm the Pitta dosha is prominent, and 2 to 6 pm again the Vata dosha is prominent. And same like in the night also, even 6 to 10 there is prominence of Kapha, and then the 10 to 2 there is prominence of Pitta, and then 2 to 6 there is prominence of Vata. And that is why in our day-to-day life also we can observe that we will feel more hungry during the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock time. That is why that time the Pitta dosha is more active in our body. And normally the Kapha symptoms, like if the Kapha increases, the belgum, like the fluid things increases, the more stiffness, more expectorations of Kapha, all these things we used to get in the morning. And that is one example for that. And normally in the evenings, we get small aches and pains and weakness. All these things due to the vata mainly happens in the evenings. These are all simple examples to make you understand, but it is very deep actually. And another thing, as per the age also, in the childhood age, the kapha dosha is prominent, and in the younger age, the pitta dosha is prominent, and in the older age, the vata dosha is prominent. That is why the children used to get lot of respiratory issues, lot of cough and cold issues, and lot of slow digestion, slow appetite. That is the main cause is kapha. And in the younger age, the pitta dosha, the more of related to acidity or emotional imbalances, all these things happens during the younger age. And in the older days, older age group, there are a lot of joint pains, aches, slowness, all these things, and memory loss, all these things happen. And regarding our body type, because all these three doshas which makes our body type also. From the birth type, which dosha is prominent in the mother's womb, and at the time of union of sperm and ovum in the nature, our body and our character, our all like the DNA is formed, and which is mainly like we explained in the form of vata, pitta and kapha also. That is called our prakriti in the body. That is our character from the birth till death. It won't change anymore. And mainly the vata persons, the vata prominent persons have very thin body and very prominent joints, prominent veins, and very hyperactive in their movements, in their talk. They will be very speedy, and their hairs will be thin and brownish, and the character wise also, the mental character wise also, they are very active and they are very enthusiastic, but their emotionally they are very imbalanced, and they will get very quickly emotionally weak, and their decisions are very changing all the time. This is regarding the vata person, and in the afternoon session I will give an exercise regarding this prakriti. And in the pitta side, if we say physically they are very medium built, and their skin is very reddish, shiny, and the hair also medium, and emotionally they are very angry people, and they are very much their performance level is very good. They are dynamic in all leadership, all activities, and they are always the leaders. And the kapha persons have very strong decisions and very stable, but they learn very slowly, but they remember forever. The vata persons, they learn very quickly, but forget also very quickly. And that is the difference. And this is the basic regarding this. And next I am coming to the disease aspect and our diet aspect. First I am going to the diet aspect. The diet, the mainly we are theory which makes the 6 tastes that our Ayurveda science mainly emphasize 6 tastes, that is Madhura, Amla, Lavana, Pitta, Kadu, Kashaya. All our diet, all our medicines, all our tastes, which is governed by all these 6 tastes. Okay, and our 6 tastes, if you are our in a day meal, if you are comprises all the 6 tastes, that is good for the health. If you are taking 1 taste more in a day, then that gives ill. That is, for example, if you are eating the sour taste, like imli, like खटापन हमने ज़्यादा ले लिया दिन में, वो तो acidity cause करेगा, और skin diseases cause करेगा, और हमारा दोषों को imbalance करेगा. That is what mean. Ayurveda says all the 6 rasas should be there. We have to incorporate in our day-to-day meal. And this this is the main basic principle regarding the rasa. And rasa, which is prominent according to the dosha also, and the madhura rasa, which does the kapha increase, and amla rasa, that is sour taste, that which increases the pitta and kapha also, and tikta and kashaya rasa, that is astringent taste, and the pungent, that is the chili taste, which increases the vayu. Okay, regarding accordingly, we have to complete our food habits. Then there is some unwholesome food also, viruddhahara, which we have to think, which we have to fulfill in our day-to-day life. That is viruddhahara means unwholesome food combination. Because for example, there are 17 types of viruddhahara which is explained by Acharya. That is one, for example, one, it is matra viruddha. It's a very interesting example actually. And that is the quantity of the food, the combination. That is ghee and honey. If you take in equal quantity, then it acts as a poison. And if the half teaspoon ghee and 1 teaspoon honey, 1 teaspoon ghee, half teaspoon honey, it is healthier for us. But if it is in equal quantity, it causes some poisonous effect in our body. And there is desha viruddha. That is, if desha viruddha, that is depends on the areas which we live. Because I am from South India and here I am living in North India. Because in North India, if I use coconut oil more, because in South India we are habit of using coconut oil. But in North India, if I came to North India, because I have to use more of sarson ka tel या groundnut oil यूज करना ही पड़ेगा. Because तो हमारा बॉडी उसके हिसाब से सेट हो जाता है. ये देश विरुद्धा we can see. And in South India, we cannot use this sarson ka tel. That is what the desha, depends on desha, the dosha and properties of that changes. And whenever our food habits, because according to Ayurveda, all diseases are forming from the stomach only. Because due to the Agni vitiation, our pitta damage, Agni vitiate, all the diseases come. Because then, whenever our ahara is hita, that is good, then we will be healthy. And whenever our ahara is ahita, unwholesome, then we will be diseased. And in this present scenario, the COVID is taking care of our lifestyle and our leading our life. The COVID is the important factor in this time. The immunity, everywhere the word immunity we say, that we have to emphasize here. The immunity, our vyadik shamata, our power of preventing the diseases. That is physically, mentally, and physically and spiritually. We have to be strong inside, and by taking care of our thoughts, our eating habits, all these things should be strong. That any virus, anybody cannot attack us. That is what from our yoga science and Ayurveda mainly emphasize. Follow a genuine, proper lifestyle and eating habits, timely khana, or pani time se pina, or ज़्यादा कितना quantity, at least 15 glasses of पानी daily पीना. और ये सब डिटॉक्सिफिकेशन के लिए और हमारा इम्यून सेल्स के लिए एक्टिव करने के लिए, स्ट्रॉन्ग रखने, हमारा सोल्जर्स को स्ट्रॉन्ग रखने के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है. ये ऐसा हम जी रहे तो हमारा ये कोविड अटैक आ गया, वायरस ऐसे भी हमारा अंदर चले गया तो भी ये कुछ नुकसान नहीं करेगा, हमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं करेगा. और बाकी तो हमारा बिहेवियर, गेटिंग एंग्री, एंड एंग्री ये हमारा पूरा ओजस खत्म हो जाता है. उस टाइम किसी को भी हमें कुछ बोल सकते, किसी अटैक कर सकते. एंड दैट ऑल्सो वी हैव टू टेक. That is what the mental, emotions and physical well-being has to be maintained, balanced. And then here I am ending my presentation by saying, because health is wealth, and same like Vidyadanam Sarvadanal Prasanam, because we are all doing yoga beards courses here, and we are coming to the society to give good advices. And among the Vidya, because the health is also important, and very much we have to follow each and everything and exercise our strength, our in the society. Thank you all.
Guest of honor around Shri Sarpreet Singh Gill.
Have arrived in the hall.
जगह हिंदी जानती
So recently, Dr. Anup shared his knowledge about Ayurveda with us.
तो बोला
He explained very comprehensively about the various elements, different values, three doshas, rasas, and ahar mentioned in Ayurveda, the understanding of which one should attain to be a happy and wholesome life. So now we have the honor of having amongst us our worthy chief guest, Sri Sarpreet Singh Gill, IAS, Secretary Education, UP Administration, Chandigarh, and I extend a very warm welcome to him. Let us have the auspicious beginning of the program with the lighting ceremony. I invite our esteemed guests to be escorted by our worthy principal, Dr. Sapna Nanda, and Ms. Veenu Rajput to have the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. Seeking blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and wisdom.
राहुल पीछे पीछे
Sarvika
will seek the blessings of Ma Saraswati.
या देवी सर्वभूतेषु विद्यारूपेण संस्थिता
Dr. Himanshu Sharma and our dear students. Moving ahead, a healthy body and a disciplined mind are the foundation of a world free from fear. Yoga is a vision for a harmonious future of humanity, creating a harmony between man and nature. The problems of modern lifestyle are well known. We have found ways to control communicable diseases, but the burden of disease is shifting to non-communicable diseases. Children and young people in today's world face numerous expectations and stimulations due to which they may end up getting themselves into bad habits. Yoga at this stage has proved to be a powerful tool for self-exploration and awareness, providing a safe, secure environment, a space of deep acceptance where diversity is valued and encouraged. Binu Rajput Films and Agrima Society of Arts, Delhi, in collaboration with Government College of Yoga Education and Health, Chandigarh, supported by Fit India Movement, Sports Authority of India, Government of India, have organized North Zone Traditional Yogasana Competition 2021 to promote this spirit among the young enthusiasts and yoga lovers. On this effervescent event, we are extremely proud to have the gracious presence of our esteemed chief guest, Sri Sarpreet Singh Gill, IAS Secretary Education Chandigarh, who always supports and stands by us in all our endeavors. We are also honored to have Professor Dharmananda Sharma, former Chairman, Philosophy Department, Punjab University, by whose name today's event is being held, the guidance force behind today's program. So now I would like to invite our Reverend Principal, Dr. Sapna Nanda, to formally welcome our esteemed guest and say a few words.
Thank you, Sarvi. Very good afternoon to all. We feel truly honored with the gracious presence of our revered, distinguished chief guest, Shri Sarpreet Singh Gill, Secretary Education, Chandigarh Administration, who is so humble to stand by us in all our endeavors and is always motivating us to take new initiatives. Sir holds many prestigious positions in Chandigarh Administration. To name a few, Secretary Personnel and Establishment, and is holding additional charge of Secretary Education, Technical Education, Vigilance, Public Relations, Printing and Stationery in Chandigarh Administration. Prior to joining Chandigarh Administration, he has had a wide experience of working in Union Territories and Government of India in various capacities. He is an alumnus of DAV College Sector 10 and University Business School, Punjab University, Chandigarh. In his tenure with Chandigarh Administration, performance has enhanced in terms of school and college results. Sir has truly taken Department of Education to new heights. We are blessed to work under his dynamic leadership. We are truly indebted to you for your support in all our endeavors. We welcome you, sir, from the core of our heart. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. May I now request Madam Principal and Ms. Binu Rajput to honor and felicitate our esteemed guests.
क्यों पीछे बना क्या था?
We would like to honor and welcome our worthy chief guest, Sri Sarpreet Singh Gill, for gracing the occasion with his benign presence and blessing us. warm welcome to you. We would like to honor our guest of honor, Professor Dharmanand Sharma. We would like to honor our guest speaker, Dr. Anup, who shared his valuable knowledge on Ayurveda with all of us. Now I request our worthy principal, Dr. Sapnananda, to honor Ms. Binu Rajput for taking up this initiative. Now, Ms. Binu Rajput is going to honor our worthy principal, Dr. Sapnananda. Because it is always because of principal science initiatives that we get such opportunities. She doesn't let us get tired. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Now the moment has arrived for which we had all been waiting, to listen to the pearls of wisdom of Dr. Dharmananda Sharma, the storehouse of knowledge. I would like to request him